Welcome to episode 2 of the Time Stretch Talk Show. Today we are going to listen to more of your favorite time stretches.
We are glad to bring you today's show from the Robot Room in a nearby church. Let's get on to our first track of the day.
This track features a long time stretch and it is repeated throughout the track.
This track is titled The License by DJ Chrome and Mr. Time. Let's now take a listen.
I am very scared. I think I want to shut the radio off after I hear that long time stretch.
It seemed that time stretch was put on a loop. I would have to shut the radio off very quickly.
Our next track features 2 different time stretches. These time stretches are at the beginning of the track within 30 seconds of each other.
This track is titled Kickin Hard by the Klubheads. Let's now take a listen.
That was the first time stretch. It was pretty scary.
Let's now listen to the second time stretch from Kickin Hard. That time stretch was short and jarring. Thank God that both time stretches were at the start of the track. Our third track of the day features 2 scary time stretches.
This track is a drum and bass track. Back in the 1990s, youngsters loved to scare their listeners with the time stretch.
This track is titled Dubplate Style by the marvelous Cain. Let's now take a listen.
That time stretch said the title of the track.
That was a great time stretch.
Surprise! Are you scared? That was an encore of 2 time stretches played at once.
I could not handle that. I wanted to scream as I shut the radio off. Let's now move on to our fourth track of the day.
This jungle track features 4 scary male time stretches throughout the track.
This track is titled Run from the Sound Clash by the Formula 7. Let's now take a listen. That time stretch was very scary. I think I am going to have nightmares about that time stretch.
I have been scared of time stretches since 1994. Let's now move on to our next track.
This track features the scariest time stretch on mainstream radio. I also remember hearing it on Much Dance 99.
This track features a very long time stretch halfway through.
Let's now listen to the Rockefeller Skank by Fatboy Slim.
I'm scared.
Shut that radio off. I cannot handle that time stretch anymore.
I never thought Fatboy Slim will scare me with a long time stretch.
I was so scared that I wanted to shut the radio off during that time stretch. I did not know when it was going to end.
Fatboy Slim wins fought the scariest time stretch for 1999. We are still on the hunt for the all-time scariest time stretch.
Our next track features 2 different time stretches. We are lucky to play them for you time stretch fans from this Robot Room.
This track is titled Digital, Armand Van Helden mixed by Goldie.
Let's now take a listen to the first time stretch from Digital.
That time stretch was short and scary.
Don't forget, we have one more time stretch from Goldie's Digital to listen to. The second time stretch was pretty scary.
If I was in bed listening to this track, I would be shutting my radio off. The first time stretch is repeated for a second scare.
Our last track of the day will feature 2 scary time stretches. We are lucky to play them both for you.
This track is titled Pumped Up the Funk, Club Edit by the Klubheads.
Time stretch number 1 coming up. Not another long time stretch.
That was scary.
I think I need some laying on hands at church next Sunday due to the time stretch exposure.
Let's get this last time stretch over with. That time stretch was longer than the first one.
Those club heads love the time stretch. I will be shutting my radio off when I hear this track in bed.
Next time, we will be playing you a few more time stretches.
This now concludes today's talk about the scary time stretch.